Thank you, thank you. Oh, goody goody gumdrops. Hello, world. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You just experienced a jolt of happiness called joy. Pixar named one of their characters Joy from their movie Inside Out. They didn't name her Happy, they named her Joy. We should all create more joy in our day. Finding your joy pace is an essential step in figuring out who you are. Back in 1899, George Dearborn wrote an article to the Psychological Review called The Emotion of Joy. He knew the importance of having joy in life. Years ago, I began thinking how I wanted to create more joy in my life. I decided to listen and hear myself above social norms. We've all heard the old saying, keeping up with the Joneses. Have you ever met the Joneses? I haven't. Perhaps they are moving at a slower pace. Maybe they were trying to give us the secret how to live with more joy, but we're too busy to slow down and listen. I believe the lost message from the Joneses was found by an artistic painter, Carmen Cicero. He said, one of the secrets to joy is courage. And so if you have courage and don't bind yourself to a joy, then you can proceed through life and experience a variety of things and find joy in them. Your joy pace is not based on rare one-off moments, rather a continuous rhythm in life, no matter how small. For instance, your joy pace could be a slow pace, reading a book, walking in a gallery exhibition, watching a TEDx talk on YouTube at normal speed. Or your joy pace could be having an adrenaline rush, being on a roller coaster, ziplining, or skydiving. Observe what makes you feel the feeling of joy, not the speed of accomplishment. Imagine running a 10-kilometer or 6.2 miles road race. You're nervous, excited, the race begins, and you take off like what most rookies do, run really fast at the beginning. During the race, you have difficulty breathing all the way to the finish line. You successfully, although painfully, finished the race. However, if you paced yourself from the very beginning, you would have enjoyed running the race. You would have enjoyed running the race from the very beginning. Everyone's joy pace will be different. We're used to driving in the fast lane, assuming it's the best way to live life. We're wired and plugged in to think and perform so fast, like the speed of a Formula One race car. Before you know it, you're reaching for the stars, rushing to accomplish everything so quickly. This fast mentality keeps you in the hyperloop of anxiety. Next, you realize you start seeing cows flying over the moon. Life seems a bit out of control at this point. Is this how you generally want to live life, feeling rushed, stressed, and burnt out? Part of my life can be summed up like a stretched out elastic band. I sacrificed so much of my well-being. I was burnt out over and over again. We're taught to keep pushing, keep striving, keep going, while struggling and suffering. To put on a brave face. No pain, no gain. Well, I gained chronic pain over 10 years. I ignored the subtle signs to slow down the pace I was living. I'm a swimmer, and my body ached just by being in the water. Feeling burnt out was no longer working for me. These past 2 years, I slowed down my pace. I'll show you an example as to how much I slowed down. This isn't a TELUS commercial. It's representing a Disney story, The Tortoise and the Hare. I was living a hyper-mode lifestyle, just like the hare. Now, I live a joyful pace, just like the tortoise. Today, I live free from chronic pain. I still pursue all my dreams, but not at a rapid-fire pace, rather a joyful pace that matters to me. Over the last 10 years, Harvard Business Review has published numerous articles on the importance of slowing down. Dr. Liz Bywater wrote a book, Slow Down to Speed Up, Lead, Succeed, and Thrive in a 24/7 world. She explains slowing the pace, paradoxically enough, is the most direct and fruitful path to stellar outcomes. I'm with her on that because these last 2 years have been the best years of my life. Joy is the most vulnerable emotion we experience. This was concluded by Dr. Brené Brown from her research over 10 years on vulnerability. Life no longer zooms by me. 9 months ago, I went on a 17-day adventure to Machu Picchu and the Galapagos Islands, which I consider the real Jurassic Park. There is no cell phone reception, only paradise surrounded by the Pacific Ocean, watching the marvelous scenery, being on the boat and on land, with the most exotic birds, reptiles, and swimming with the seals, turtles, and sharks. This was one of the most incredible and joyous adventures I will forever cherish. So no matter what life circumstances come your way, remember, sway firmly like a tree in the wind, rooted strongly within your joy pace. Instead of waiting for others to create joy into your world, visualize how you can create it on your own. A way to master and discovering your joy pace is to create a daily affirmation and repeat daily. An example, I welcome all daily thoughts, actions, and events to flow within me and through me, to continue my unstuckable momentum. I continue to discover and live my joy pace throughout the day, every day. Thank you.